Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hello children, how are you all? Hope you all are fit and fine. Alhamdulillah. Welcome back to our science class. Inshallah, in today's class, let's learn about our digestive system in detail. Are you all ready? Yes, but before that, can anyone tell me few sunnahs of eating?
Shall I, ma'am?
Yes.
First, we should wash hands before eating. We should say Bismillah. And we should eat with our right hand. We should eat from the side that is closest to us. We should lick our fingers clean. We should clean our plate. And after eating, we should praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying Alhamdulillah.
Wow, that's great. MashaAllah. Okay, now let's get into our topic. The complex food that we eat needs to be broken down into simple glucose, fatty acids and amino acids, etc. Only then our body can absorb these liquefied nutrients and use them. This process is called digestion, which is carried out in the digestive tract that starts from the oral cavity and ends at the anus. In the mouth, food is chewed by the teeth and mixed with saliva and turns into bolus, a slimy ball. Let's look at the action of saliva on food. As I told you, during chewing, food mixes with saliva. Saliva is secreted from the salivary glands located on the lower jaw between the tongue and the teeth. Children, do you know there are 3 pairs of salivary glands? They are parotid, sublingual and submandibular glands. They secrete approximately 1.5 liters of saliva every day. Isn't it interesting? Yes. Saliva converts starch in the food into sugars and also it softens the food. And now let's have a look at our tongue. Tongue is a fleshy muscular organ attached to the floor of the buccal cavity. Next is esophagus or food pipe. The swallowed food from the mouth passes on to the esophagus through epiglottis, which is a flap-like structure behind the tongue. It directs the food into the esophagus and prevents the entry into larynx. The peristaltic movements of the esophagus helps the food to move down the tract till it reaches the stomach. Stomach is a bag-like J-shaped structure with thick walls. The food that enters the stomach is churned and mixes with the mucus lining of the thick walls. Hydrochloric acid and digestive juices are secreted by the inner lining of the stomach. The acid helps to kill the bacteria present in the food. It also makes the medium in the stomach acidic. The digestive juices secreted by the stomach break down proteins into simpler substances. Then the food is emptied into the small intestines. Small intestine is a highly coiled structure which is about 7.5 meters long. How much? Yes, 7.5 meters long. As soon as the small intestine receives food from the stomach, digestive juices from the liver and pancreas are mixed into it. Liver is the largest gland in the human body and is situated in the upper side of the abdomen to the right. It is reddish brown in color and it secretes bile which is stored in a gallbladder. And next comes pancreas. Pancreas is a leaf-shaped gland located just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice which acts and breaks down carbohydrate, proteins and fats. After this, the partially digested food reaches the lower part of the small intestine, where intestinal juices act upon the food and completes digestion of any remaining components in food. The carbohydrates in the food break down into sugars like glucose and fats into fatty acids and proteins into amino acids. The food consumed is digested and is now ready to be absorbed into the blood. Absorption of food in the small intestine. The inner walls of the small intestine has a finger-like projections called villi, which has a network of thin blood vessels close to the surface. The villus increases the surface area of absorption and absorbs the digested food materials. The substances thus absorbed are transported through the bloodstream to different organs in the body and are used to build complex substances like protein. This process is called assimilation. The undigested and unabsorbed food enters the large intestine. Large intestine is wider than the small intestine and measures 1.5 meters in length. Once the undigested food enters large intestine, it absorbs water and some salts from it and passes the remaining waste into the rectum. Here it remains as a semi-solid fecus. The fecal matter is removed through anus and it is called egestion. Children, do you know tapeworm lives in the human intestine? Human can get these worms if we take in undercooked food. So we must eat well cooked and healthy foods. As digestion is a chemical process, absence or lack of it or even excess of any chemical involved in it may cause some problems. So eat healthy and drink adequate amount of water to keep our digestive system healthy. Let's have a short recall on the parts of digestive system or alimentary canal. Oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, and liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. These are the three important glands involved in the digestion. And next the food is passed into the small intestines. And then to the large intestine. And finally to the anus. That's all for today. Hope you all understood. Inshallah, let's meet in our next class. Till then, stay at home, stay safe. And don't forget to send your assignments on time. Thank you. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.